Good morning, food slayers. It's Michelle here with foodslaying.com. That's my dog in the background wanting me to play with a stick, because who doesn't want to play with a stick first thing in the morning? But thank you for watching this video and clicking on this video. I wanted to bring today's PSA to you early today because there's just some interesting things happening as usual in food supply. The most compelling thing, which I think is important to all of us, that's going to impact our food supply, of course, is the looming drought. The last video that I produced, if you did not watch it, you can watch it right there. I'll link it. But it was on California's drought. Well, it's not just California that's experiencing the drought. It's all of the West, really, all the way from northern Canada to Washington, Oregon, California, all the way down to New Mexico, Arizona. So it's a big deal, and it is definitely impacting our food supply and our food production. In California right now, almond groves are being destroyed because almonds are a particularly water-intensive crop, and you know, there's just not enough water for those crops. And so all you almond lovers, all you nut milk folks out there, which there's nothing wrong with nut milk, but just know that there's going to be a shortage of almonds. Oregon is the I think the number one producer in the United States of hazelnuts. So there might be some shortage of hazelnuts. Sorry for the traffic. That's just what happens. So just things to think about. Obviously livestock need water so that we can have meat, which is why there's this big push to eat this lab-grown meat. There's a big push to, push farmers out of the mix, with the buying up of land. The government is using taxpayer dollars to pay farmers to not plant crops. So that begs the question, why? Why all of these things, this kind of convergence of events? What is the intent here? Is it to have people starve? Is it to get people to move to urban areas? Is it, I've read some crazy theories, about like this transhumanist agenda. I don't even know if that's real. So if you do and you have some ideas about that, leave it in the comments below. Yeah, let me know, because I think it's fascinating. Anyway, so that's what we're dealing with here. We are already seeing food shortages. We're already experiencing the drought here in the West. The time is now to grow food for yourself, at least a little bit. So one of the things that I think could be really useful and beneficial as we are observing the drought, as we are observing food shortages, as we all fall into this uncertainty around our food supply chain and potential food insecurity for many, many millions of people. One of the things that I think is really important to consider when we're talking about growing our own food is a food forest. The forest doesn't require management. It doesn't require irrigation. It doesn't require seeding. It just requires itself. It's an enclosed food system that is really amazing. And if you have a front yard and you have any fruit trees, you may want to think about planting guilds and planting perennial food that doesn't require a lot of irrigation. So think about that. I just wanted to throw that out there because I really love the food forest model. But you can do what you can in pots and planters, in your front lawn, with your neighbors. Just start thinking about having your own food supply and doing what you can, because it's coming. We're entering wildfire season in the West. The temperatures have been really, really hot, with no relief in sight for the next 8 to 10 days. So things are drying out really quickly. So it's just about preparation, being prepared, because when you can be prepared, then you can pivot, you can anticipate things that will happen. And I just encourage you to do that. So thanks for listening to this short video. Please, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel. I am excited about building this community and talking about our food supply and our food supply chain and all the things that are happening within it. If this is your first time seeing me, check out my podcast on foodslane.com. Subscribe to the podcast newsletter for exclusive podcast updates. Thank you for being here. Remember to eat clean, eat healthy, love your food, stay informed, let's stay connected, and I'll see you on the other side of the plate. Oh, and remember to listen in to the podcast every Friday. But this week, we'll be talking about a Black inventor by the name of Henry Blair. So I hope that you listen in, because he actually invented the corn planter, one of the first corn planters, which is really fascinating to me because how corn has kind of taken over our food supply. Anyway, we'll get into that on the podcast. But thanks again. I appreciate you being here. Subscribe, like, and share this video, and I'll see you on the other side of the plate. Ciao.